Hey, welcome back to more Higurashi. Last time, which I literally recorded yesterday, so it's very fresh in my mind, we got confronted by our cop buddy, seemingly the only one that Keiichi and I can trust, maybe? But I'm willing to trust the dude, because he's very much, of course, being an investigator and looking into these things that have been going on in Hinamizawa, is used to getting the runaround about the curse and not really finding out what's really going on. But, he's got that investigator's hunch, this rumor, just this conspiracy that he suspects within this town that could be linked to the Sonozaki family, Mion's family, because they were so fervent in the damn protests, even Mion herself. So there's definitely motive there. Possibly her family, even the founders of the Onikakushi Guardians, which again, very suspicious name. And the fact that our boy Tomitake, RIP, dude, I'm so fixated on getting justice for our boy that I hope that Keiichi can just really figure shit out. But yeah, found out he died, and it was attacked by multiple assailants. And that's what just got my whole mind fucked up about the girls, even more than before, where it was always like, okay, I know something's going on with them. They're probably fucked up and influenced by all these strange things going on, being a small village and just being young. But they have killed him? Because I was thinking about it, like that was a crazy thought, but it's like if he was in hysteria before he died and was really going crazy, would that not trigger that kind of mental reaction to be confronted by these kids who have come to kill you and torture you mentally however they did? Probably even using the missing girl as well to that end, wherever she's at now, wherever her body is or where she's being kept. I don't know. But that is just crazy. Because they're kids, to think of Rika, to think of Satoko, but the investigator even mentioned Rika's last name, which I was like, can we hear more about that? I almost forgot about it because he didn't mention anything specific about her family, just about Mion's. Which is, of course, I look at her the most, so that's extremely relevant. And coming back to the classroom, to the clue game, I was like, oh my god, I suspect Mi-chan, from Rena. But it's like, dude, could it really be them? I don't know, but that's just there in my brain now. And even in Keiichi's, right? Because as soon as he came back to the classroom, as he was coming back, he's like, no, not them. Of course, don't want to believe that shit. But it's not a curse either, because they're obvious assailants. And clearly, the youth who believes in the curse, some of the youth who believes in the curse, feel like that was maybe even a warning from her. Yeah, it just all points to that. And the way they say to fight. I think, Keiichi pointing out how Mion said before that she fought, and Rika, especially during the festival, mentioning, keep fighting, right? It's kind of a thing among them. It's very strange. So much little things like that, I feel just kind of point to that truth there. But it's just so crazy that I have to see the proof for myself. And that's the thing for Keiichi too. It's not going to really get through to him or have him believe that until he really crosses that line, which is obvious to say, but especially with them, being his friends and just being who they are. It's just crazy, but we gotta find out. For Tomitake, for everyone who has fallen victim to this shit. And again, like this investigator said, it points to Keiichi the next year. The victims, the way the trend is going, yeah, it would end up being him and his family, and they may even be planning that just to keep the curse going, to keep the village in this belief, in this fear. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I very much still believe that they were, if it is the girls, and I'm not being led astray here by a red herring, because this is only chapter 1. It didn't hit me till after I recorded yesterday, and in the last part. This is only chapter 1 of 7 or 8. This is a whole VN in itself. And yet we're getting so much already. Nothing conclusive, but it's so much already that it's what else is going to be revealed? This is so much, what? I don't know. This is wild that we're only just beginning and really, I guess, getting into what truly is Hinamizawa after being a part of it, after, being among the locals, among the culture, the festival, the Watanagashi, and then learning what that all really means. And now we are truly like entering the swamp, so to speak, you know. We're here now. We're finally here now after the just foreboding nature the whole time, after the crazy intro. We're finally here, at the very least, so buckle up. One cool thing that y'all told me since the last post was about... Oh my god, I need to pull up the thing so I can actually know what I'm talking about here. But the teacher named Chie, who I immediately made a comparison to Ciel from Tsukihime, but apparently that was totally intended. She is absolutely a reference to Ciel from Tsukihime, which is hilarious. That if you play that game, that VN, that you just immediately can just see it. Super looks like her, and her name, Chie Rumiko. So shout out to No Idea Man, Counter. I think someone else on YouTube pointed it out. But yeah, he broke down the name. I'm reading it here. Chie Rumiko. Chieru, like Shieru, how they say Ciel's name in Tsukihime. A little bit different. They say it's Shieru, but it's basically like, that's what that is. And then Miko, the rest of the name, meaning priestess. So like referring to like Ciel being part of the church, you know, her character. So that is, man, that's very sneaky. That's such a big reference. Other thing pointed out there, that she has the same voice actress as Ciel in the Tsukihime anime. Curry manual that was in the principal's office, like I guess the staff office, that was hers. Like, that is so, that's such a blatant reference. Even me not knowing all of that, to still get that Ciel is crazy. But all of that on top of that is just like, that is so blatant. I kind of respect that. Shout out to Tsukihime, big Type Moon nerd. So but yeah, that's about it. The investigator has asked Keiichi if he hears anything, if he sees anything, you know, gave him his number, you know, contact him, let him know. Which is a big burden on Keiichi. It's funny, like, I was worried about them writing their names on his shirt because I thought it might come back to bite them in the ass or something, but it actually was worked out to even this happening, that he felt he could come to Keiichi, you know, finding out or knowing he's an outsider and putting his trust in him. Like, that is such a, again, such a big burden to put on Keiichi, as well as all this information. We even learned about, you know, the priest, how a small faction of the villagers even felt that way towards him because he wasn't proactive during the damn protests. So we learned that there was even something to that one, which I thought was the exception to the trend, which kind of like threw things off and kind of made it hard to figure out. But that's another detail that puts that together. So yeah, so just all that information in mind, and to ask Keiichi that, like, that is, man, I mean, he gave him a choice, and Keiichi, of course, himself would have said yes anyway, but man, we're here now, so let's keep going. Let's see what he can learn. Hopefully, it doesn't get too bad for him. So, but yeah, let's continue. So we got 2 new hints here that we just unlocked after finishing chapter 7 of Onikakushi. Oh, and by the way, about the Chie thing, yeah, she didn't have a sprite originally. It was added in later releases. I forgot to mention that too. So yeah, there you go. There are more than 4 perpetrators. Of course, they had to make the sprite that much look like her.
自分で喉をかき破った出血性ショック死。爪の間に皮膚片が残っておった。間違いなく本人のものじゃわい。
Yeah, no doubt he did it to himself. Man.
傷の形も一致する。
直接死因が自殺ってのは分かってますよ。
I like Uishi.
分かっとるわい。人為的にこういう症状が起こせんかと言っとるんだろ。
背中が痒くてかきすぎて血が出ちゃうのとはちょっとわけが違いますからね。
Yeah, it's so strange. Some of Tomitaka's fingernails had been pulled out. Oh. Fingernails actually rip off surprisingly easily, but it really hurts. Under normal circumstances, the pain would prevent you from completely pulling them out. Also, there were a lot of bruises on Tomitaka's body. It's clear from the shape of them that he was assaulted first by someone, or a group of people.
分泌物から見て、仏は極度の興奮状態にあったのは間違いないの。
では乱闘になって興奮のあまり自分の喉を引っかき出したってことですか。襲った連中さぞや度肝を抜かれたでしょうな。
It is possible that in such an abnormal environment, a person could perform acts that a sane individual could impossibly imagine. Of course, those are very rare cases.
実はな、大石。仏が武器にしたらしい角材な。砂粒とか、ガードレールの塗装片とか、そんなのしか出んかったぞい。
Only sand and the paint from the guardrail, so it didn't hit anyone, didn't draw any like
腰の
blood.
服の繊維とか皮膚片とかは。
出んかった。仏は犯人を
Yeah,
殴
it
っ
didn't hit
と
anyone
ら
with it. I think that goes to the point even more that if it was, again, no proof, can't say it is, but signs are there. I don't have to repeat. But if it was the girls who assaulted him, he wouldn't be able to fight back. He'd be so distraught by that. Like, yeah, lashing out. But are they implying he did something else with the plank? But yeah, I think this just drives home even more that he felt he couldn't hit them back. Because he didn't want to. He was so, like, hysterical and just fucked up from the situation.
あるいは、殴った角材を星が持ち去ったのかもしれんの。
Maybe.
ならわざわざ角材なんて置いていきませんよ。全部持ってっちゃいます。
それもそうじゃの。
富武氏は結構体格もいいし肌も焼けてるし。
Yeah, he was
スポーツマンですよね。
a big guy. Grown man. So yeah, it wasn't a case of physicality. Of course, people outnumbering him is one thing, but man, it's pointing to the girls, dude.
そうだな。よく運動しとるようだの。
This is mental torture. Something that so mentally tortured him. A scenario. I can't imagine what kind of sports he did when he was alive, but I think his physical strength would be on the higher side. Meaning he would be difficult to overpower in a brawl. If a man with such a physique sensed he was in danger and swung the plank around frantically, it's just unthinkable that it wouldn't even nick the perpetrator. And his opponent was unarmed. This guy had a wooden plank, so you'd think he'd hit them at least once.
こんだけ体格のいい相手を取り囲んで襲おうとしたら何人くらいいりますかね。
アホ、それは大石の方が得意だろうが。
You dimwit.
アクタレ時代を思い出さんかい。
Oh. If I was to take down this guy, how many would I need? When a group wants to take down big prey, it's fundamental to attack with numbers. I'd guess about 4. Even if there was a gap in their strength, they'd manage. 4, you say, huh? God damn it, Ryukishi. Even if there was a gap in their strength, they'd
だと
manage.
すると、結構犯人は大人数だの。
Don't you do that, because that implies Rena, too. And I know I said she walked back with Keiichi, but no, he didn't walk her home, so she could have rendezvoused. And what am I thinking, man? Seriously? But it's gotta be, man. It's gotta be. We just need proof, dude. I'd say 4.
4人以
Come
上の
on.
グループが怪しいとなるかの。
A group of 4 or more. Just, if they had that many, then couldn't they have hidden the body in a less obvious location? Or did he somehow break away from the fatal predicament? Then there would be no reason to commit suicide. Moreover, I still can't comprehend the irregular way he died. It's full of mysteries.
こっちもそこは重視しとる。徹底的に調べるつもりだが。何しろ、過去にこんな例はないんだからな。
Yeah, it's the worst one yet, for sure.
期待はしませんよ。ですが結果を楽しみにしてます。
おいさん、課長が呼んでるっす。
すみません。ではまた来年お会いしましょう。
おお、いいお年をの。
Okay, that's cool insight and more into Oishi's thoughts. Like the fact that he said 4 or more, because that's true. Numbers would make up for the gap in strength, but I'm thinking of little Rika, little Satoko, and then there's the mental aspect too that I'm mentioning. Right? It's like the idea of like, what the fuck? The 4 girls I thought I was an honorary club member of, like I've known Mion, like they're attacking me. They're trying to like, what are they? What's going? Like it would drive him crazy, right? Fuck. Okay, next one. That is, man, that did not help. I mean, it helped a lot, but it did not help me. My denial. Right now, I'm just like even more like it's gotta be them. It's gotta be. But I could be wrong. Search notice. But the writing's smart. Yukishi's smart. Like, it's intended for you to come to that conclusion. As much as you don't want to believe it, but that's like the point, you know? It's very cool. And fucked up. Jiro Tomitake, deceased. Resided in a cheap hotel in Shishibon City. Registered under the name Jiro Tomitake. Pen name. Travels via folding bike. No license. The bicycle was found 300 meters away, abandoned at the side of a forest path. His bike was 300 meters away, okay. Present on the day of the festival, accompanied by the missing Mio Takano. Was seen around 9 p.m. by police, location afterwards unknown. Held residence in Hinamizawa for 1 week each season for the last 5 to 6 years. Damn. Freelance photographer specializing in wild birds. Check with magazine companies. Nothing suspicious in the film located among the articles of the deceased. Wallet was among the articles of the deceased. Mere act of violence? From the contents of his wallet, he spent most of his time around Tokyo and Chiba. Along the Sobu National Railway line? No individual matching the name Jiro Tomitake in the residency records of any of the Tokyo wards. Compare teeth to dental records. Sent to Metro Police. Attach a photo. Sent to Metro Police. Contact magazines regarding Jiro Tomitake. Mio Takano, missing. Nurse at Irie Clinic. Became close to Tomitake through her passion for wild bird photography. Ah. Okay. Resides in Okinomiya X District XXX. Single. Witness accompanying Tomitake on the festival grounds, currently missing. She lives in Okinomiya. She came with him to the festival. So we assume that she was currently living in Hinamizawa. Probably grew up there. But she doesn't live there anymore, so maybe she was punished too for making herself an outsider or just being an outsider. That's important. Abducted? Or maybe a suspect. An important person of interest, yeah. 100%. Like, I've really let go of the idea of, like, suspecting her, because that would be strange. I mean, it's possible, but it fits, like, you know, like the second victim in the second year. The wife who went missing after the guy was pushed, or, you know, fell, you know what I mean? It's, yeah. But if she's still alive somehow, it'd be very important to talk to her. Just to save her, you know. That would be good. Had no motive to kill the deceased. Yeah. Like, well, guess we wouldn't know anyway, but squabble from jealousy? Need to thoroughly investigate their relationship, yeah. Place of work, etc. Definitely worth investigating. Need to get information from the police on scene again. I want some cream puffs. 4 jumbo ones. Oishi. I like Oishi, man. Oh, man, I hope he doesn't die. That would suck. He's a cool guy. Seems to genuinely really care about, figuring out what's going on in Hinamizawa. But, yeah, that's all we got for now. There are more than 4 perpetrators, question mark, and search notice. Okay. Add it to the tips. Very important stuff. Man, yeah, that just dashed my denial even more. But good to know about the woman. That's a reason she might be targeted too. Not just accompanying Tomitake, where they would naturally have to deal with her as well, but there would be some motive there. Especially with the loosening threshold of, or the lowered threshold of like people they're targeting, right? As far as who they consider outsider. Sleepy. That was fucked up. That just made me yawn. Just seeing the word yawn makes me yawn. It's fucked up. I'm usually awake once it's time to eat, but doesn't look like I can do it today.
ゆうべ遅くまでテレビ見てたら眠くて眠くて
That's us today with YouTube.
ケイちゃんが喜びそうな番組なんかやってたっけ
Raunchy. He would never. Oh, this is not a conversation for this company. Mion.
ちょっと待て勝手に想像して決めつけるんじゃねえ
男の子なら当然です。恥ずかしくないですよ。
You shush, you little baby child, who is possibly a murderer. Rika not patting my head only made me feel worse.
ちょっとこの昼休みは爆睡させてくれ
Cause man, that was fucked up. Cause I thought of also like Rika saying, "Oh, I wouldn't use a gun to kill. I'd use poison." Like, or that was like what the card said, right? I would never use a gun. What are you talking about? But she was like dead serious. She said shit like that before. Man, fuck this game.
いやほんとマジで
私が黙って見過ごすとお思い出。
邪魔したら怒るすごい怒る
God damn it. This was just dreadful. Just so sleepy. I slumped my head onto the desk and drifted off into an afternoon nap. It seemed that Satoko had responded, but I pretended not to hear.
さとこちゃんやめなよ。ケイチくん寝ちゃった。寝顔かいい。
How?
後でお持ち帰りしていいからそっとしときな
向こうへ移動しましょうです。ケイチにうるさいと悪いですよ。
Oh god, I can't stop yawning now. Rika-chan really is a good girl.
先生が来ても起こさないであげましょうです。
I take that back. Devious little bunch. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night because I was watching TV was a lie. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with Oishi-san that afternoon, I didn't get much sleep. Understandable. Just spending the day like this, it's almost as if the incident with Tomitake-san didn't happen at all. It made me think, was Oishi-san just trying to deceive me? A fair thought to have. But it was probably the truth. Oh yeah. 100%. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. He's so alone. He's so fucking alone. He cannot trust anyone, dude. Not even Rena, because Rena's a sweetheart. She's fucking amazing. I love Rena. Of all the girls, like, she's the one that I really don't want to be involved, but at the same time, she can be manipulated. Like, she's very sweet, but she's also a part of Hinamizawa. Now, we did learn she didn't always live here, you know? So I think there's that separation as well that kind of makes me see her as kind of similar and more trustworthy as well in just being how she is. Especially like, you know, her and Keiichi, like very, very sweet together. But again, she can be manipulated, and we've seen examples of that. Because when I think back to the first dismemberment, that's what they said, right? There was even one who didn't want to do it at all. But they were threatened to be killed if they didn't participate, if they didn't do it, right? And they all followed suit. Same thing, right? He wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be of any help, I probably wouldn't have listened in the first place. It ended up with me, again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I had never learned about it, I would, without a doubt, be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for this. Yeah, it destroyed everything. But it's the truth. You had to know.
それっていつから？
もう次の日にはいなかったって。
Oh, they're talking about Tomitake?
綿流しの晩に失踪したらしいよ。
Mion whispered to keep others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Rena's voice was even harder to pick up. But I could still tell that she was quite upset. It couldn't be. Are they talking about Tomitake-san?
さん、けなの？
Wait, did she just say only Tomitake? Is that what that says?
わかんない。私の知る限りではね。
Yeah, they don't know what happened to the girl. So this, it's interesting that they're talking about it. I wonder if they know Keiichi is awake. I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I needed to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier to just sit here and pretend I was asleep to listen in on their discussion. Wait, why did I have to pretend to be asleep while eavesdropping on my friend's conversation? The guilt stung.
で、他にもいるんでしょ？
What?
か。
Huh?
彼女がたたりにあったのか、鬼隠しにあったのかはわかんないけどね。
An Onikakushi. Roll credits. Onikakushi? Onikakushi? To be hidden away by a demon? Spirited away by a demon. What a mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good. Bad. Oh, man.
何にせよ、もう一人いるんだよね。だよね。
お社様ならね。
でも、今年は出ないよ。
バッチャと村長さんが話してたんだけどさ、今年は事前に警察と話がつけてあるらしいんだよ。何が起こっても騒ぎにしないで穏便に片付けるって。
じゃあ、レナたちが知らないだけで、どこかで誰かが、かもしれないってこと？
Someone had killed them, you mean? I think is what that word is, killed. Okay, this conversation is throwing me off.
かもね。
次は、レナ
Whoa.
かな？
Why does she think it could be her? This is one of two things. The first is that it wasn't them and that this is wrong or this is a red herring. The second is that this is like Rena manipulation. Like, it seems like, because like I mentioned, Rena walking with Keiichi, then going to her home. It was them two, but she separated, so I was like, okay, maybe she could have went back and helped the others, as much as I don't want to believe that. But if you go with the fact that she probably just went home and she was kept separate from that, like, is Mion kind of like Mion's kind of perpetuating the Oyashiro's curse thing, right? It's the youth who believe it, right? And now Rena believes it could be her.
安心しなよ。レナはちゃんと帰ってきたよ。
Is it because she didn't always live here? Did she feel she's a target as well?
でも、ダメだったんでしょ？
Whoa. What's not allowed? God damn it.
昔の話だよ。もうやめよう、この話。
Wait. Leaving's not allowed. Maybe? Leaving Hinamizawa is not allowed. And we learned the girl with Tomitake didn't live in Hinamizawa currently, but she spoke as if she grew up here, and she did. You know, that was the thing. She left. So she was a target too. That's what I'm thinking so far. Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term Onikakushi, to be demoned away. By the context it was used in, I would guess it's similar to being spirited away. There you go. I suspected that this was what it meant because Tomitake-san and that woman, it really bugged me that I don't know her name. We finally saw it in the report and I can't remember because we just saw it once in the tip thing, my bad. Vanished after the Watanagashi. The next thing that stuck out was when Rena said, there's another one, right? Mion also said, if it's Oyashiro-sama's, yeah, responding to something. Yeah, that was weird too. What was... If it's Oyashiro-sama's curse, then there had to be 2 victims. Is that what she meant? Two victims. Come to think of it, I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know if it was from the curse or if it was a case of Onikakushi. Man, that distinction there. Between curse and the Onikakushi. To be demoned away. Which I guess is, yeah, that's what happened. Fuck. Seems that the curse and being demoned away are different things. Yeah, the distinction is interesting. And they were phenomena that were paired together. I recall Tomitake-san's terrible end. That wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. That horrendous end would best be described as cursed. Then the woman with him. Oh, there you go. The cursed and the demon, the one who's demoned away. Damn. Then the woman with him, it means she vanished because she was demoned away? Yeah. Oh my god. It's 2 things. It's not just the curse. It's the curse and Onikakushi. So that's what happened the second year, right? With the guy who fell, the curse, and his wife who disappeared. Onikakushi. What I do know is that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper. Yeah, he's with the priest and his wife, the second year, dude and his wife. The dismemberment, it was just the foreman, right? But, okay, let's keep going. Oops, sorry. And the last point that bothered me was Rena. Rena was frightened, yeah. For what reason, I didn't know. However, she knew that something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse, yeah. If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't the guardian deity supposed to defend the citizens and drive out invaders? If I recall correctly, yesterday, Uishi-san said that originally the targets were enemies of the village, but recently there was no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. But if that was the case, then I would think that I'd be the more likely target, having moved here more recently than Rena. From her composure, I could infer that she was grimly certain that she would be next. It's a fair point. Like, even if what I'm thinking about Rena is true, Keiichi just came here, so he would be a more valid target, yet she does fear herself being next. And yeah, Rena's scared. Again, I think she's subject to this manipulation. The fact that Mion's telling her and phrasing it that way. Because she could even get her to do things by saying like, you won't be a victim to the curse if you do this. You won't be demoned away if you do this. But they're separate things, a distinction. That is interesting. Fucking roll credits, bro. Holy fuck. Okay. I should probably relay what I heard just now to Uishi-san. Informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends while pretending to be asleep. It made me feel terrible, yeah. Huge burden. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Would it be better not to seek the answers to those questions? You'd be happier. But you'd never know. And we know he has to. As I continued to learn more and more, I felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. Yeah. I would definitely regret this one day. I would definitely regret ever having learned of these events. True.
が来るでございますわよ。
Oh my goodness. I hate these tone shifts. I fucking hate it. God damn it. Oishi, help. Stretch real quick. Yeah, if he doesn't regret it this day, just by this guilt, just by knowing what he knows now, then yeah, the further he goes down that rabbit hole, and when, I guess whenever someone else is targeted next, if not just Watanagashi, if it's just Onikakushi and someone's demoned away, again, for prying too close to seek the answers to those questions, like he said, yeah, he'll definitely regret it at that point. So let's see that. Oh boy.
ケイチさん、起きなさいな。
In the distance, I could hear the ring of the handbell signaling the start of afternoon classes. Yeah, couldn't sleep at all. I hastily opened my eyes and raised my head up. It was in that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. God damn, smack the shit out of him. Okay, you made me laugh. This dark ass. Pooh, to the whiplash of, oh, we're having fun again, okay. Boom. Funny. There's a thumbtack stuck on the back of my chair with tape. What the fuck? Circumstantial evidence was enough. Oh my god, thumbtack pranks? Oh man, that's too far, man. Little shit. Guilty without trial. Capital punishment. I furiously jumped up from my seat. God. And I tripped as if my feet were tangled up. Yo, they pranked the shit out of him when he was asleep. God damn, probably drew a dick on his forehead too. Mion definitely would. My shoelaces had been tied together.
やるじゃねえか、サトコ。俺が寝ている間に気配を消してこれだけの上等をやってくれるんだよ。
I don't say this enough, but Keiichi's voice actor is amazing, dude. The voice acting in overall is just great, but he puts so much. The teacher came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Satoko. Amazing.
先生が来ましたよ、ケイチさん。着席遊ばせ。
Oh god. Clomp clomp, wish, whiff. Hey, get. Bang. With the finger. Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick to the forehead. Shut up.
ケイチさんがいじめた。
ほら前原くん、下級生をいじめてはいけません。
Yes, Ciel. Sorry, Ciel.
謝りなさい。
Anything for you. I saw Satoko stick her tongue out at me. That little brat.
ほら前原くん。
へいへい、謝りますよ。サトコさん、ごめんなさい。
In any case, I apologized, even if it was in a completely insincere tone of voice. Damn her, I'll remember this.
ケイちゃん、ケイちゃん、その恨みは部活でね。着席着席。
I sat down after Mion told me to. She'd switched to class representative mode. As a quick aside... Oh, I'll wait for any voice acting. As a quick aside, as we go through more of this everyday scene, it's interesting that, and understandable that Keiichi continues to so fervently participate and just kind of express himself very passionately amongst the group, like he normally and always has. Like, it's good not to raise suspicion, but at the same, I think for the most part, it's him just kind of trying to maintain that, right? He's still in that denial. I mean, I say denial, but we don't know, right? We don't know that it's them who are influenced to do this due to the fucked up history of this village and are trying to carry on the curse due to the influence of their parents or whoever's machinations are behind getting demoned away and making the curse a real thing as now that it's a trend at this point, make their own rules of the village and enforce those. Kind of like Mion's rules for the club, you know, the Sonozaki family. It's not hard to imagine that aspect of it. Even how I was thinking, like, no one leaves Hinamizawa, right? And if you do, you're part of that outsider tier now, especially at this point where that threshold is at that point. Again, we don't know why Rena feels like she'll be targeted over someone like Keiichi, even though that's kind of what I'm thinking as far as the leaving part. But yeah, it's like, so for Keiichi, basically, so for Keiichi to continue just to like act like his regular self like he normally would, and not just be despondent, just be like looking at everything like everything is wrong, which it is. You know, he's like maintaining this. He'd probably go crazy otherwise, but yeah, it's like really plays into like the crazy tone shift because Keiichi kind of just wants this to be what it is, despite knowing that he is going to regret looking beyond the veil, you know? But the boring class is finished, school is finally over for the day. Now then, what should we do for our club today? Personally, I would like to play that deduction game one more time. But yeah, he wasn't really able to play. I was hardly able to play it last time because of Oishi-san. Rena and I weren't even able to test out our strategy. About to lose again and go grocery shopping.
そうだね。今日こそケイチ君と二人で大勝利だよね。でもどうでしょうね。
Yeah, Rena, you probably shouldn't have said it like that.
同じゲームを続けて2日やった試しはありませんし。ミーにお願いしてみたらどうでしょうです。
Mio looked over his shoulder as we made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up.
いっけね。今日おじさんの手伝いの日だ。
Oh, okay.
悪いみんな、今日なし。
おじさんの手伝い？柄にもなく高校なやつだな。
悪い悪い。ほんとすっかり忘れてた。じゃあごめんねみんな。今日はおじさんこれで帰るわ。
Family business, eh? Very S-word meal. But okay, that's cool. Mio left us with that and rushed off to the exit after snatching up her bag. I like how I said that about Keiichi, like, man, he's really still acting like things are normal. I am too. I'm like, okay, Mio, go help your family. Oh, you know, cute Rika. You know, just shit like that. I don't know.
みーちゃんね。
Can't let it
たま
go.
に街にあるおじさんのお店の手伝いに行くんだよ。
Okay. I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff.
バイト代が出ると言ってましたですわ。
Okay.
結構なお小遣いになるらしいですの。
Nice. Pretty good for still being in high school. I see. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there. Makes sense. Oh, I forgot she was a hashtag gamer.
しかしそれはアルバイトというんじゃないのか？校則で禁止されてないか？
Is it?
家事手伝いは除くと書いてありますです。
Damn, what a loophole. Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today?
じゃあ今日はこれで解散かな。
Now Keiichi's gonna act like the leader.
別に部長不在でもいいだろう。やろうぜ、部活。
Yeah, no reason not to play. I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from that ever-growing pile of
お、
games.
あったあった。昨日の推理ゲーム。ようやくコツが分かってきたところで中断しちゃったからな。
At the very least, I wanted to repay Satoko for what she did during the afternoon break.
私は構いませんけど。
Payback time.
レナさんとリカはどういたします？ケイチ君がどうしてもって言うならちょっとだけいいかな。僕はみんなが揃っての方がいいなと思いますです。
Mion's really the heart of the group. When she says it like that, But I guess it would be the same if anyone was missing.
部活がないなら僕はお買い物に行きたかったのです。お醤油とかを買いに行きますですよ。
Soy sauce and other things.
そうでしたわね。すっかり忘れてましたわ。 ならレナも久しぶりに宝探しに行こうかな。
Oh, time to go trash heap diving again. What's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities. If I kept on trying to push the matter, it may make them realize I had a trick up my sleeve. Yeah, just let it go. Oh well, I'll give up this time.
ちぇこのゲーム楽しみにしていたのにな。
I shuffled through the cards as if I was still caught up on it.
またの機会に叩きのめして差し上げましたよ。
Amazing. Also... Oh wow. Nice. Man, her remake one looks especially like a little shit. That's great.
犯人はサトコ。凶器はピストル。やはり貴様の仕業だったか。
I mean, maybe. We know Rika definitely does not have the gun.
なんですって？じゃあ
Satoko looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me.
犯人はケイチ。凶器はロープで犯行現場はラウンジですわ。
Nope, it was the axe.
ロープなんかいらねえ。このまま締め殺してやら。
Oh god, Homer Simpson.
いや
Why, you little...
ー、その毛玉な。
Oh my god. Dude, the violence is so just, visceral. The screen shakes so much. Phew. Well, I guess it's good that I got that out of my system. Jesus, Keiichi. I mean, she may be a murderer, but my god.
ケイチさん、覚えてらっしゃい。いっぱいいっぱいいたぶられましたですね。かわいそうです。かいかい。
Kai Kai. Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather up the scattered cards. I suddenly paused. They were just the suspect cards, but I noticed something strange. Rena, Satoko, Rika, Keiichi, Mio, Satoshi. Satoshi? Not all the cards were made by us. Or at least, every card besides this one has the name of a club member. Wait, did they used to be a club member? Satoshi? What happened to them? Does this mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Was there someone in the class named Satoshi? I couldn't find anyone named Satoshi on the class roster stuck up on the wall.
ケイチくん、早く片付けよう。
Uh-oh, a loose end. Satoshi. Alright, let me... Sorry, I didn't have my notes open. What is wrong with me? Let me write that name down. Satoshi. Club member? Question mark. Oh, and I'm gonna make a note about the girl with Tomitake as well. Was not living in Hinamizawa at time of death. Possibly considered outsider. I'll make a little bullet point about Rena's fear. And Onikakushi. And the curse distinction there. Okay. Being rushed by Rena, I finished up quickly. Satoko and Rika-chan had already headed merrily for their locker, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Rena had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave.
レナ、やっぱりこのクラスからも転校で出て行っちゃった生徒って結構いるんだろ？
I tried asking Rena in a bit of a roundabout way. Okay, yeah. Rena made a troubled face and then answered.
うん。ひなみざわって田舎でしょ？転校していっちゃう人も時々いるよ。
じゃあ、このサトシってやつも転校してったのか？
Satoshi.
ごめん。よく知らないの。
Hmm. Alright. There was a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate.
その、意地悪で言ってるんじゃないの。ちょうど去年、 レナが転校してきてから入れ替わりだったかな。
Right.
だからあんまりお話ししたことないの。
Cause yeah, that's man. That's 100% why Rena feels like she's a target. And why, like, she can be manipulated to be like, well, this won't happen to you if you do this, or if you do, like, she can be so molded by the fear as well. You know, probably not wanting something to not only not happen to herself, but to her family, right? And probably even to Keiichi with that understanding as well. And it also, like, yeah, because she's part of that looser outsider group, she can be kind of kept on the outside of these things as well, like Satoshi. I mean, she literally wasn't here, I guess, for that, but yeah.
ごめんね。
But okay. That's fine for now. I am not sure. Sorry. Her answer was a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. Yeah, that's true. I was saddened by her denial. I felt a little bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? Friends don't keep secrets from their friends, do they? Well, I do appreciate that they kept that unsettling curse thing from me. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them. That's what it means to be friends, right? For a moment, I wondered just what kind of face I was making just then, with these mixed feelings of sadness and annoyance. He's so isolated, man. I hate it.
ケイチくん、怖い顔してる。
He's so alone, man. And Rena, especially, like, that she can, like, understand Keiichi's position and kind of, like, being considered an outsider, you know? If I'm going with this train of thought, even more so would not want him to know. Like, it was the same thing with Mion saying she didn't know anything about it, too. And like you said, Rena denying it before, not knowing anything about the dismemberment. But I feel like Rena especially would want Keiichi to not be involved, to be safe. But I don't know. Oishi said 4. That's meant to fuck with me, but yeah.
なんでだろう。なんでだろう。
It was probably exactly the kind of face Rena said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened her.
あ、ごめん。今日の部活、楽しみにしてたからさ。残念だっただけだよ。
I rustled Rena's hair.
帰ろうぜ。
Striking that awkward mood with us, we headed home. Ooh, the Higurashi. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling lately? I didn't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long, outstretched shadow gave no answer to my naive inquiry.
ケイチくん、疲れてるのかな。
Yeah, everything's fucked now. I can't go back to that. Poor Keiichi. Poor everyone, though, I guess. Rena timidly questioned the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made the situation even more unsettling.
そうか？
うん。今朝からケイチくん、なんだか元気ないよ。風邪かな。
Physically, I was pretty sure I was in perfect health. May not seem like it, but I've had perfect attendance since elementary school. Wow. It's impressive. Rena continued on since I didn't give her an answer.
きっとケイチくん、引っ越しの疲れが今になってきたんだよ。前に住んでたところとは全然違うところだもん。いろいろ慣れたり覚えたり、疲れて当然だよ。
Yeah.
そうなのかな。
うん。絶対にそうだよ。レナも最初そうだったから。
I bet.
わかるんだよ。だよ。
Oh man, she is. She understands, man. This is, yeah, what she's really trying to say here. Like, she knows. Yeah. I wondered if Rena also experienced the slight bit of alienation last year that I was feeling right now. Totally. Thinking so, I felt that she was the only one who could understand how I felt. Yeah?
レナがひなみ沢に転校してきた時の話が聞きたいな。どんなだった？
Feeling I had been drawn into the conversation, her face suddenly brightened.
ケイチくんと同じだよ。人の名前も村の中も全然わかんなかった。みーちゃんとかが親切にしてくれたから全然寂しくなかったけど、やっぱり心細かったよ。
Rena told me all the details of when she had moved here. All of her first acquaintances and surprises, worries and good times.
じゃあ、レナもサトコにやられたのかよ。
うん。椅子に座ろうとしたら画鋲が置いてあ
Oh
ったの。
god. That is such a bad prank. That's literally like the classroom equivalent of just a prank, bro. Just like a shitty prank.
どっさり。そしたらそれを懐かしいな。
ミオンの部活にはいつ頃誘われたんだ？早速初日にか？
ううん。最初は部活なんてなかったんだよ。
Oh, interesting.
途中からできたの。
There wasn't a club at first, even when she just came here.
放課後にみんなで残ってゲーム大会をやろうって言い出して。
そういえば、ミオン初代部長とか言ってたっけな。
Okay, I didn't remember that.
納得。
内緒だけどね、みーちゃん最初は弱かったんだよ。
Really?
全然勝てなかった。
That is actually surprising.
ミオンが？ちょっと想像つかないぞ。
自分で言い出した罰ゲーム、ほとんど自分でやってたんだよ。本当に内緒だからね。
Huh, okay. I can't believe Mion was like that. So she gradually transformed into a monster who used any means necessary to win during that time. I guess, yeah. Guess that's what that means. So what happened that caused her to be how she is during that time specifically? Last year, I was the housewife during that Watanagashi. Miona's at her best when she's fighting dirty.
みーちゃん以外ともちょっとずつお友達になれて。でも、ケイチくんが引っ越してきてからかな。ようやくここに馴染めたって自覚したのは。
Huh. That's sweet. I guess Rena had also been left in the dark about Oyashiro-sama when she had just moved here. I guess when they finally told me about Oyashiro-sama, I'd be considered one of them.
俺はいつになったら仲間だと認めてもらえるんだろうな。
Hmm.
なんて言ったの？
あ、いや、ごめん。独り言。
ケイチくん変なの。
Rena was poking fun and laughing at me, and I couldn't help but laugh as well. But I suddenly stopped. Then, after making up my mind, I spoke.
なあ、レナ。みんなは俺に嘘や隠し事なんかしてないよな。
Okay. We're doing this.
してないよ、全然。
嘘だろ。
Wow. Yeah, Keiichi has to like he felt he had to, you know. I respect it. Keiichi's very direct. He'll cut through if he feels he has to. I relate to that a lot. I have to like figure something out, especially if there's like something I need to resolve between me and someone else, or like figure something out. I feel like I'm the same way, man. So fuck yeah, come on, Rena. Rena suddenly stopped. Her expression was cold and intense. Whoa.
どういう意味だろう。
Whoa. Did you see that shift in her sprite? I've never seen Rena with that expression before. Did you see that? Oh man.
ケイチ君、
She caught herself. But she broke, the facade broke for a split second. I feel bad for her though. Her tone was still the same cheery and lighthearted one as before.
してるよな。俺に隠し事を。
There's that face again. That's what I was talking about. After understanding what I meant, her expression grew even more intense. Seeing that face, I regretted saying something so rash. You know what this feels like? Like you're in the Matrix and you just like, you realized you are, and the NPCs are starting to notice that you noticed, you know? Oh shit. But she came back at me in a way I didn't expect. Oh.
じゃあさ、
Oh my god. Holy fuck. Here we go.
ケイチ君こそ、レナたちに嘘や隠し事を
Oh
して
my
ないか
god.
な。
Oh my god. Her tone didn't change, but it was the first time I'd seen this expression from Rena. Oh my god, even Rena, dude. Oh my god. Holy shit. With how her gaze pierced through me, I couldn't believe this was the same Rena. Oh my god. Keiichi. You just had to break through the Matrix. You just had to. I'm not mad at you, but holy fuck, Rena. Oh my god. Yo.
してないかな。
That's a good looking CG. Dude, her face.
嘘や隠し事してないかな。
You are. Secrets. She didn't actually say that part, but she looked as if she did. The incident with Tomitaka-san. Now I felt alienated from the group. Dude, I legit feel like a anxiousness in my stomach. It's like fearful butterflies, you know what I mean? This is crazy. Dude, that close-up fucked me up, man. But I'm so ready for it. I love this shit. Even without having to think about it, there were things I knew that I felt guilty about. But I didn't tell everyone about what happened with Tomitaka-san, to be considerate. I was keeping it a secret just the same way they didn't tell me about Oyashido-sama. Yeah? Then, aren't we even?
してないよ。嘘も隠し事も。
嘘だよ。
Wow. Her answer was instant and it shook me, yeah. Oh my goodness. Rena stared as if burrowing through me, watching me like a hawk.
どうして嘘だって。
ケイチ君、昨日の部活の時、先生に呼ばれて職員室に行ってたって言ったよね。
They knew.
レナは知ってるよ。ケイチ君は職員室になんか行かなかった。
Oh my god. And yeah, she definitely knew. I swallowed hard. It clearly wasn't a bluff. She knew what happened.
先生はお客さんが来たって言ったんだよね。
Yo.
昇降口ではお話ししてなかった。校門のところの車の中で。
Oh my
知らないお
god.
じさんと。
I knew it. I knew they saw from the window. I fucking knew it. Dude. Rena knew everything. She knew that I was called out by Uishi-san and that I heard about the incident with Tomitaka-san as well. Did she know all of it?
誰？あのおじさん。
Oh my god, I'm so terrified, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel hysterical that we just broke through the veil as well. Like I'm weirdly happy too. I don't know how I feel.
知らない人だよ。
知らない人がなんで圭一君に用があるの？
俺が知りたいよ。
じゃあ何の話をしていたの？
みんなとは関係のない話だよ。
Yo, oh my god. It was a lie. Oh! Oh my fucking god. Ooh, my goodness. Yeah, that got me. That got the fuck out of me. Oh my god, Rena. Rena's scream echoed through the trees. Sending frightened birds into the air. I couldn't exhale the deep breath I had just taken. No, it was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. It was here I first realized. The person in front of me, she wasn't Rena Ryugu. Then, who was it that was standing before me now? What? Who had assumed Rena Ryugu's appearance? Yeah, it's like a whole other person, isn't it? This is crazy. That was so fucking, oh my god. That was too much. I held my breath for so long, I could feel myself suffocating. That's how I feel right now. Bro.
ね？
Oh my god. Then she made a facial expression that Rena normally might have made. It didn't matter that it was Rena's usual smile. It chilled me to the bone. Ugh. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. It wasn't the least bit exciting. Whoever that this was with Rena's face was going to chew my nose right off. I cowered as I imagined that. Oh my god, oh my god. Then, she smirked as if she was able to see right through me.
圭一君に内緒や隠し事があるように、レナたちにだってあるんだよ。
Yeah. We know. It was Rena's usual smile. But her eyes were still like that of a hawk's. Bringing her face close enough to mine to almost bump into my nose, she kindly persuaded me. Ugh, fuck, please. I couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me, this person who looked like Rena, frightened me to my core. I was terrified knowing that she could hear the sound of me swallowing nervously. After what felt like an eternity, after a long empty silence, she finally spoke. Oh my god, fuck.
だいぶ涼しくなってきたよ。
It was Rena again. Smiling at me once more, she started walking as if nothing at all had happened. Oh my god. Never mind. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. The pop filter has been engaged. Right here. There you go. There you go. It's like we're playing Doki Doki again, man. Oh my god, Rena. Dude, I wanted so badly for Rena to be outside of that. If y'all remember what I was saying earlier in this part, man. I tried to come up with so much, like she walked home with Keiichi. And I considered like, okay, she could have rendezvoused back with him and did that to Tomitake, but I was like, no, I don't want, like Rena, like of all of them, is who I don't want it to be like the most to be involved. Like I wanted her to be manipulated. I wanted her to be scared. And I think she still is. But she is undoubtedly 100% in on these secrets. And a part of it. She jump scared the fuck out of me, dude. Oh my god. Guys, I am not good with horror. I'm not good with horror. Okay, we're good. Not really, but we gotta keep going. Holy shit, man. No going back. No going back. Even Rena. Okay, okay. Let's go. When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out from under me and I slumped onto the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Rena was out of sight.
あれは誰だったんだよ。
Man, was it worth finding out the truth? Was it worth it? I think it's always worth it. But boy, are we gonna suffer for it. Here we go. I felt cold. My body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought and ask myself once again, who was that person who looked like Rena Ryugu? Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know, man. I don't even know. I don't like this black screen. I don't like it. I don't like this black screen. I don't like it. I don't like this black screen. Okay.